our human resource management class. So I believe this is your third subject na po ba? Or second subject this term? Second. Okay. Thank you, Sir Christian, for confirming. Okay. So before we start po, I just want to introduce myself to everyone. So I would like to confirm po, all of you po came from Navy po ba? Marines? Just like with the other group? Or mix po?
Majority ba? Majority.
Most of you po. We're connected with the Navy po ba? Marines? Ah, yes. So again po, good evening and welcome to our HRM class. So to start up po, I'm Miss Criza May Espinar. So I will be your prof for this subject po. So basically po, I will just introduce a short background lang po. For my educational background, I'm a graduate of psychology year 2010. And I just finished my master's degree MBA last 2021 at TCU din po. And then for my professional background from the start of my career, 2010 up to now, I'm handling po human resource office or department. So basically po, I handled all the function of HR from the recruitment, onboarding, and then I handled din po payroll, benefits. And then year 2015 po, I handled the whole team po as HR supervisor. So from the employee discipline po, grievances, and then all of the labor relations po. I handled po with two of my institution na I belong po. So from PNTC Colleges and MOL Magsaysay Maritime Academy. So I don't know po if you're familiar with MMMA. So we are a maritime school. So ngayon po, I am connected with MMMA as for admin at HR head po. So that's basically my professional background. So a little bit naman po of my personal background. So I am born and raised in Cavite. So hello po sa mga Caviteño. So hindi na po ako lumaki. So my parents po, my dad po is from Alfonso, Cavite. And my mother po is dito na sa Dasma. And then I'm married with also a seafarer. So medyo ka-background din po ng mga nasa Navy and mga nasa Marine po. Okay. So that's all for a little bit of my introduction. So I will not be calling you one by one po kasi you are ano po no, correct me if I'm wrong. You are connected po with one company or institution or iba-iba po. So same ano po industry.
Basically,
Okay. And then for I will continue po my slide. For a moment lang po, I will stop. Are you seeing my screen na po? Okay na.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is just an introduction po of our course. So basically, we will be having more of conversation and topics po in the next succeeding sessions. So for our topics, so this session po, our session 1 would be the course orientation, and then a background po ng what is human resource management, human resource planning, and career management and development. So for our next session po, we will be focusing naman sa job analysis, recruitment of employees, selection of employees. I hope po no, we will be having a fruitful conversation here. So ano po, this will be a more relaxed subject. I will be the one discussing po, and then you are free po to share your best practices, and if ever po na meron din tayong mga difficulty with our organization, you can always ask para po we will have good dynamics po when it comes to discussion. And then after for the session 3 po, we will be also discussing the training and development of employees, performance review and appraisal, changes in personal status. And then on the session 4 po, we will be, of course, discussing the employee benefits and services, basic labor law, employee relation and discipline, and employee morale and motivation. So I guess po no, based din sa mga previous class na nakapakan ko with same din po with your institution or your industry, meron lang pong pagkakaiba when it comes to government and private. So the context po of our session will be, I will be sharing po more of in the private sector. And then po if you have questions and anything you want to share po pertains po sa government side naman, will be a healthy discussion for all of us. So open po tayo, you can always raise your hands, or unmute your mic if ever po you have something to tell or to share or may mga questions po tayo. Okay po ba tayo doon? Malinaw naman, yes. And then po, for
Yes,
the course, yes, thank you sir for confirming. And then po for the course requirement naman po, I will be just requiring you to submit po 2 reaction paper out of the 4 sessions. So the deadline po would be 1 week after our 4th session na po. So tuloy-tuloy lang po tayo ng session and then I will be sending din po yung PowerPoint. You can do naman din po yung noting of mag-notes po kayo if ever na gusto nyo po para at least during po din sa paggawa natin ng reaction paper. Wala naman po akong specific format. So you will be sending na lang po after po we finish our 4 session. So isasend ko na lang po sa GC natin every end of the session yung PowerPoint and then I will be sending po my email ad, my PCU email ad. So you can send po kahit in advance if you choose po na na gawin na siya in advance for the first 2 sessions. Pero po yung talagang requirement deadline natin is 1 week po after the 4th session. Okay. So for the general objectives po of this course, so this course provides a comprehensive and up-to-date study in strategic human resource management. So I will be focusing more po sa Philippine context. So yung reference po na kinuha ko would be more on sa situational basis po dito sa natin sa Philippines. Kasi yung iba na makikita yung materials would be international kasi siya. So hindi medyo magiging akma dito sa setting natin. And then if you also want to have po, ito po yung gamit kong book. So I will be sharing din po. More on po ito sa human resource management in the Philippine context. If you want lang po to have a copy. So mabibili naman siya any Rex bookstore naman po. And then I don't know if meron po tayong PDF available sa internet. So it aims to provide students and practicing managers. So I would like to ask po anyone in the group, sino po dito may hawak or managing head of your subunit, unit, or may hawak pong tao? You can raise your hands po para at least I can identify yung mga line managers. This is a very vital po when it comes to dealing with your employees. So Sister Bird, anyone else? Meron pong hinahawakan na tao. So you can answer po. Ayan si Ma'am. Si Ma'am Dulot. Ayan. Si Sir Ed. So yan. Sana po no, our course po will help you on how to manage the people po. Kasi we will be talking about employees, personnel po within the organization. Okay, so we will be also providing po yung mga practical applications, examples and cases that you, the students and HR managers, if ever po na may mga personnel po na connected or ang job description po is more on the personnel. Sa inyo po yata ang tawag doon is personnel department. So iba-iba lang po yung tawag but those who are dealing with the employees. So you can utilize po in gaining insight into the subject. So strategic human resource management for our learning objective this session. So the conceptual background. So more on sa theory po, no, theoretical side po ng human resource management, models of human resource management, characteristic, emerging HR scenarios. So this is just a brief discussion po ng human resource management. Okay, so for the background, so sabi nila, HR is a pattern of planned HR deployments and activities intended to enable a firm to achieve its goals. So naniniwala po ba kayo that the people are the vital and most important part of the organization? So syempre po.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So tayo po 'yon. So sabi nga po nung last class ko, same with your industry, para daw po sa bayan. So yun daw yung sa government side. So tayo po, we are working for the people and for the bayan daw. Yun ang sabi nila. Sa private sector po, of course, we are working po to the service that we are provided, and then we are working din po sa in an organization, kung saan tayo nakafit. So HRM can be seen as an organizational system designed to achieve a sustainable competitive advantage through people. So it's not enough po na within the organization you have the best facilities, you have the napakaswerte kung napakalaki ng budget ng unit nyo, but of course it's also about the advantages po ng mga people within your unit. So strategic human resource management can be seen as a mechanism of linking HR practices to business strategies. So in your I will be citing an example po for the private sector, and of course po you can always share naman po with the government side. So yung HR po would be from the recruitment, yun po na mga nabanggit natin kanina mga session na mga topic session na i-discuss natin will be the practices po. And then nakalink siya sa business strategies. So what are your mission, vision, or values? So I will be sharing mga best practices po sa organization po namin sa MMMA, sa MOL Magsaysay Time Matutini. So every meeting po, ito yung sa mga line managers dyan, you can adapt. It's very it's very useful po before kami mag-start ng mga meetings namin, leadership meeting namin. We will share what are the company vision, mission in our own department looks like. So na-integrate namin, so hindi nakakalimutan. So hindi lang siya piece of paper or policy statement that we're not kumbaga sabi nila sinasabuhay with our industry. So that's one of the practice po when it comes, I think po sa inyo talaga embedded po talaga through your trainings, yung mission, vision, core values po. Right? So anyone will agree on this po. So HRM is the process po that involves the development of HR strategies that are integrated vertically. So later on, we will be discussing po yung integration vertically and horizontally within the business. And it deals with people issues that affect and or affected by the strategic plans of the organization. So ito po yung mga issues, behavior, dynamics, culture within your organization. So anyone would like to share po yung what it looks like po sa department nyo? So may humahawak po ba ng human resource, personal development within your industry? Para at least we can have po discussion. So meron naman po, merong isang unit, personal development po yata. And then you have then your, anong tawag nila doon? Yung HR nyo with the civilian HR. So yun po yung mga nabanggit din sa akin with the previous discussion. So basically, ganun din po yun. What are the policies po embedded sa government natin is the same din po sana with the process most of the industry have. So for this model of strategic human resource management, so sana po with your organization, hindi na natin ginagamit yung the matching model. So I believe hindi po medyo applicable with your organization kasi po ito yung the organization will less humanistic view in layman's terms, so mas more on in terms of productivity and profits. So yan, so hindi masyadong nabibigyan ng pansin yung mga empleyado, so more on the less focus siya sa welfare, training, and development. So employees that enables the business to meet its commercial target and business strategy. So more on po sa profit ng company, business sustainability. So naiiwanan po yung business, yung manpower development natin, training, and of course, the welfare. So ngayon, kapag ang isang company have the strong HR, ito na po yung ginagamit na model. So this is the model din po that we are using. So you're familiar po with Google. So si Google po, ang liit ng attrition rate because they are really focusing on manpower development, employees development. So here po, holistic approach na to HR. It's include po different levels of outcome. Ito po nakalagay sa table natin. So syempre yung stakeholder interest, syempre kapag wala naman din tayo, wala yung business, yung purpose ng business, hindi rin siya mag-grow. Shareholders, management, employee group, government, and more. So yun, tayo po sa government, this interest define the HRM policy. So yung mga policies po, kino-consider lahat ng factor sa isang organization. So kasama na po dyan yung, ito po nakalagay na dito, the situational background, characteristic, business strategy and position, management philosophy, labor market, mga technology, new technology po, unions, law and social values. So yung mga HRM policy embedded na po, employee influence, human resource flow, reward system, work system. So ang company po ngayon na walang binibigay na reward system, wala po tayo in place policy for reward system, mataas po ang attrition rate. And then for the outcomes, commitment, so yan, kapag present po itong mga policies natin, competence, congruence, cost effectiveness. So kung may mga nasa finance side po dito, ang pinakamalaking junk po ng cost of the business would be on the manpower resources po. So it includes mga salary, so yun na po lahat, benefits, compensation, training and development. So if your people po are not equipped, sayang po yung malaking binibigay natin na funding for our manpowers. Kasi yun nga po yung pinakamalaki sa operational cost ng company. So situational factors and stakeholder interest influence the human resource policy. It includes po mga HR activities like recruitment, training, and as mentioned po, mga rewards. So yan po. So within our organization, all of these are present. Okay, so for the characteristic of strategic human resource management, so this is what I mentioned po a while ago. So it is concerned with ensuring integration of the human resource with the strategic management process. The key aspect of a vertical fit are, so yung organizational vision po natin, doon naka-reference po ang HR vision and HR planning. So kung ano po ang mission, vision, core values po. So kami po, I can share with my with my institution. So our vision po is to provide po globally competitive maritime professional. So kasi nga po mga seaman po ang nag-aaral sa amin. So yung mga bachelor's degree natin, student cadets. So yun po. So yun yung vision namin, and dun sa core values namin, discipline, service, and excellence. So dapat lahat ng mga activity natin should align po dun sa organizational vision natin. Or else, as lagi ko pong sinasabi, yung organizational po is magiging chaotic, madaming indifferences with each department if ever po yung employees po natin is hindi naka-align personally, professionally with the organizational vision. So HRM activities are designed keeping the organization strategy in mind. So yun po, as mentioned kanina, yung mga HR issues natin, Dun po natin meron tayong mga proper documentation, policies, guidelines to adhere po dun sa concerns ng ating mga employees. So top level strategic teams include HR head and the executive. So at least po may representative from the HR para ma-raise po yung mga issues natin with regards po sa ating empleyado. So ngayon po later on I will be discussing more. So sana po yung mga personal department nyo HR would may stigma kasi na pag pinatawag sa HR may kasalanan. So sana po wala na. Disciplinary officer, masususpend, may ginawang kalokohan. So ngayon po me personally po, I have the open door policy po with our department. So hindi lang po siya, sana mas excited na yung mga tao pumunta sa HR to discuss employee relation, hindi ano kayang ginawa ko. Ano kayang masususpend ba ako? So yun po. So more of those scenario po will be discussed later. So yun. So senior HR executives are provided training in general managerial skills. So for the horizontal fit naman po, para at least talaga maganda yung human resource management natin in an organization, it is concerned with ensuring integration at the same level. So this involves two types of fit, internal and external fit. So for the internal fit, it involves our integration between the various human resource sub-function or subsystems such as staffing, compensation, and training. So lahat po ng HR Vision helps integrate all the HRM activities. So what are the HRM activities? So ito po yung recruitment nga po natin, training, reward, are consistent with each other. So sana po walang mga horror stories within your subgroup na previously na share sa akin na walang system of recruitment, kung sino lang yung may kakilala. That would be the final candidate for the post. So medyo Filipino culture din po kasi. And then lahat po HRM activities are integrated po with each other. So kapag po yun yung nilagay natin sa policy, that would be the basis po of our action in the organization per se po sa HR. So information sharing mechanism between HR sub-areas exists. So yun po. So nakalink po talaga siya within the organization. For the external fit naman po, so consistently of HR activities with other functional activities is established by aligning all functional areas within the organizational vision and strategy. So ito po yung sinasabi ko, kaya po natanong ko sino po dito may mahawak na tao. Because all managers are in some way HR managers. Do you agree? As they deal with people issues. So it's very important po that you have, as you as a line manager, area supervisor, or kung ano man tawag within your industry, at least po you have all the knowledge po pertains to human resources. Kasi po yung mga labor, malpractices po ng labor, nagsa-start to offense ng mga managers na don't know po the basic law, and then yung mga best practices po in an organization. So yun, ang problema ang managers, mind you po, 95% your department is chaotic. So sabog din. Sa manager po talaga nagsa-start. So kaya po pinag-aaralan natin yung mga concept, best practices, mga trends po in dealing with people. So HR discussion are taken jointly with managers of the other areas. So yung mga HR nyo po, sana with your institution, with your organization, would have talagang cooperation po with the managers. Para at least nalalaman natin what are the problems, what are the gaps that need to be fulfilled, and of course the reward appraisal system. Hindi tayo palaging naghahanap ng, ang focus area would be finding fault. Mas maganda po, you will find po yung mga gaps, and then we can do something about it. So, ma-discuss natin po siya later sa mga session. Okay, so managers, kayo po are involved in HR activities, the recruitment, selection, training, appraisal, and compensation. So this is po in the context of private and business, ano po natin, a private-owned company. Okay. So ito na po. So makikita natin what would the best HR model, if ever po, no, na inline din sa inyo. So we have here the HR strategy formulation. Naka-align tayo sa external environment, internal environment. Of course, nasa taas po corporate strategy formulation. And then, ito na po yung mga i-discuss natin sa mga susunod na session. Job analysis, yung staffing po, recruitment, development strategies, the training, appraisal and reward strategy. So dito ako excited lagi pag ito yung discussion. It involves po talaga yung yung interest ng lahat would be here. And then employee relations and strategy. And then don't forget po kapag nasa HR, personal development, feedback and evaluation is very important. Kasi nga po if anyone put here, no, nasa audit department, so continuous improvement po lagi. Lagi natin yan nire-relate sa ating mga empleyado. Okay. So as mentioned po, at this point, do you have any questions, clarifications? If you have something in mind or you want to share po?
Ma'am, question.
No, okay. So changing HR roles. So kanina napahapyawan ko na po na may stigma nga, may stereotyping when it comes to HR. So traditionally, HR professionals had been seen as company officers or discipline officers. So may mga mag-agree po ba dito kapag medyo napatawag ng ang tawag po sa amin parang yan, parang HR, talagang meron ako na-violate with employees conduct, employee ethics. So yun po. So sana po hindi na ganon yung magiging tingin in the near future. So yung mga HR practitioner, na po nila, ina-adapt na po na ang HR would be the person who can connect po with the employees and of course with the management. So parang kami po yung middleman para po ma-air yung side ni employees and then of course ma-air din po natin yung side ng ating mga ng ating management po. So kung ano yung nila, kung ano yung organizational strategy nila ma-relate po sa atin. Okay. So yung mga yung mga business realities of the organization and do not contribute po measurably to the strategic success of the business. So kasama po si human resource department or management doon. And then, ito po, so hindi na po ngayon. So yung HR department po, hindi na ngayon, graduate na po kami dun sa kami ang taga-organize ng team building, outing, picnic. So, lumalabas na po tayo dun sa stereotyping na yon. Kapag HR, yan, ilapit nyo yung mga team building nyo, mga activities nyo that would entails enjoyment of the employees. So, of course, kasama siya sa employee natin relations. So, pero hindi na po siya yun lang. So, marami po tayong mga strategies, practices na ginagamit natin to to equip hindi lang to boost our employees, and then of course to treat po our employees as the main contributor po of the success of any business. So tao po talaga, the manpower. Okay. So for this table po, I will be shortly discussing lang po the management levels and the HR roles. So pataas po yung yung discussion would be mag-start po tayo sa operational. So for the short term level po would be we will of course implement po the strategies like sa pag-hire, pag-fire, pag-manage ng payroll, train, maintain, and of course, the HR record. So for the recruitment, so dire-diretso na po tayo, no? So for the recruitment and selection, sa short term, kaya ko po siya pabaligtad i-discuss kasi kailangan masatisfy po muna natin yung short term, pataas po hanggang long term. Para yung dynamics nyo when it comes to human resource office po would be holistic. So kailangan muna short-term plan po muna tayo, mag-implement tayo, magawa tayo ng mga policies sa recruitment, benefits and rewards, performance appraisal, training and development, and career planning. So yan, so plan po tayo ng recruitment and selection system. Sino po dito ang would dream po to have their own business? So sa mga previous class, kapag mga nasa government, yan sila si Sir Brian nagtataas ng kamay. So this is the fundamentals po, no, para mag-put up kung gusto po natin. It's very important that we have other other venture aside from us being employee. So yun po. So very interesting po ito sa mga nagve-venture into business. So plan po tayo ng recruitment and selection system. Administer wage and salary program. So ano ba yung risk appetite ng company? Gaano kalaki yung operational budget? And so lagyan niyo po dun sa benefits and reward. Performance appraisal. So set up an appraisal system and control. So sa inyo po, correct me if I'm wrong po, no? Naka-salary grade na? Yung mga salary. Yan. So sa business, sa private sector po kasi it's up of course to the management. Kaya kailangan magsiset up po tayo ng good appraisal system and controls para po dalawa lang po kasi yan, malakas ang attrition level natin or magsistay talaga sa atin yung mga empleyado natin. So for the training and development, provide for specific on and off the job training. So minsan, lagi kong in-example dito, we are requiring too much sa empleyado but we are not really equipping them. So kailangan mo lang siyang gawin without any guidance from the management. One thing, yung mga bumibili ng mga ganda-ganda ng facilities, bumibili ng mamahaling equipment, but naiiwanan yung development ng mga tao. So hindi na-train pertains to naka-align dun sa organizational mga organizational systems natin. Yun. So kailangan training and development, career planning, so fit individual to specific job and plan career. So most of our employees po in a private sector, yung mga gusto pong magtayo dyan ng company, dapat po meron tayong ladder for improvement, may promotability, and then of course meron po tayong hindi lang tinitingnan ng isang empleyado, why would stay po sa company. Long run po, kasama na dito yung mga retirement. Yan. So yun yung mga tinitingnan natin. Meron ba tayong future sa organization? So for the medium term, sa managerial po, so ensure the horizontal integration, create HR plan, show HR deliverables. So for the different priorities natin, recruitment and selection, so validate the selection criteria, develop and select a recruitment plan. So most of it po will be discussed sa mga future sessions po natin. Ayan, so set up a medium-term compensation and benefit plan. Mga system po natin in the current condition and future potential. Management development programs. Identify career paths, provide career development. Hand in hand po. Mga managers din natin dyan. Strategic or yung long-term, so ensures vertical integration, lay down HR vision, create strategy, yung mga future plans na po natin dyan. Kasi nga, if we have a solid employee development, mga policies and guidelines, when in terms po dito sa mga key areas ng HR, magiging successful ang any organization. Yun. So, I will be skipping all of the details po kasi pag-uusapan naman natin siya sa mga next po natin session. Okay, so kayo po, the functional managers. So, ang mga role nyo po sa organization, of course po, meron po kayong functions, yung mga function po, for example, sa private sector, marketing, finance, and operation. So kayo po, the line managers or functional area managers are spending more of their time in HR activities. It will involve po sa selection, training, appraisal, and employee relation. So yan po. Kapag po dito sa amin sa organization, I will be sharing lang po with my organization before po yung mga grievances, yung mga employee concern mapupunta sa HR department. So ang una po munang mag-aayos would be the supervisors and managers. Kaya nga po as mentioned, kung magulo po, hindi naka-inline yung mga managers natin with the system that we had, magkakagulo po talaga with the department. So it's very important po that naka-align. Yung managers din po would have leadership seminars, workshop on how to handle people. Para po at least naka-align po siya with the business strategies. Kasi po kung hindi, maubusan tayo ng magagaling sa industry kasi nga lilipat or hindi nasa-satisfy dun sa dun sa employee relation that we had in the organization. Okay, for the role of the top managers, so yung mga executive, sa part nyo po, ang pinakamataas po with your organization would be anyone po sa table of organization nyo? So, sino pong pinaka-top executive? So, yun. Sila po yan. So, sila po yung nagpo-provide ng visionary leadership, nagde-define ng purpose and values, and then, of course, to set the organization's direction. So, lahat po ng pinagsasabi ko kanina is nandito po sa sa mga top managers natin or the top executive level. So, sila po nag-define niya. Okay. For the first part po, do you have any question, anything that you want to share with your organization? Wala pong questions. Ayun, sir. Sir Bert.
Ma'am, siguro ano lang, pagdating sa human resource, ma'am, ito yung maraming hindi mo pwedeng ma-please lahat, maraming miskaaway.
Yes, sir. Opo. Kaya po yun nga. So, may mga ganyan din pong may mga ganyan din talagang scenario avoid. Lalo na po sa human resource kasi kami po yung nag-i-implement. So, you cannot be friends to anyone. So, it's given na magagalit kasi hindi nakakasunod. But then again, yun nga po, with my class, every class na sinasabi ko, lagi kong ini-encourage that the HR personnel should not be your enemy. It should be your it should be the proper department para ma-air natin lahat sa natin i-escalate sa ating top management. So unfortunately, minsan talaga po nasi-stigmatize sa ganun talaga. So nagiging kaaway talaga sa HR. But then yun po, with the proper rin po trends ng pag-execute natin ng mga magagandang policies, guidelines po. I think sana mawala na yung ganong thinking of the employees. So para din po talaga sa welfare, kaya nandito si HR, Human Resource Management. So if not po, you can have your 5 minutes CR break before we proceed po. So I will be sharing po sa inyo a bit lang po sa HR planning and career pathing natin. So this is just a short discussion. So you have po 3 to 5 minutes to have your short break lang before we proceed with the next topic. I will be seeing you po ng 3 minutes lang po. 3 to 5 minutes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, okay. Please, na-open your cam or Thumbs up lang po if ever na yan, nasa line na po kayo. So we can continue our discussion. Yan. So we will be discussing po shortly lang po, brief lang po ito ng Human Resource Planning, Career Management, and Development. So for the objectives, I will be just stating po the importance of HR planning process, evaluating HR process, objective of career development, career stages, career management responsibilities of the manager, the HR, company, and of course, the employee. So lagi ko pong sinasabi, tayo rin po as an employee, we have responsibilities and of course, the benefits of career development system. So bakit nga po tayo nagpo-plan? What are the importance of HR planning? So HR planning is both a process and a set of plans. It is how organizations assess the future supply and demand of human resources. So dito po, I will be giving situational examples po kung bakit importante na nagkakaroon ng HR planning. So in addition, an effective HR plan also provides mechanism po to eliminate any gap that exists between supply and demand. So thus, HR planning determines the number and types of employees to be required into organization. So one of the best example po that I tend to share po with the group would be during the pandemic. So nagkaroon po talaga, most of the businesses po have their organization structured, reorganized. So one of my colleagues nga po would share to us that because of the pandemic, so nalimitahan po yung pag-hire ng mga personnel, bumili yung company ng more advanced, sabihin na natin na it's a manufacturing company. So nag-set na po sila or bumili na po sila ng mga equipment that would lessen human interactions. So yung paglalagay daw dati ng mga sa packaging would require yung mga empleyado pa natin. And then of course after that po dahil nga po sa pandemic, so mas gusto na nila na modernize na. So nagkaroon ng mismatch between the current manpower that they have and then po sa future needs. So nagkakaroon ng mga gaps, the organizational problems. So kaya po kailangan nagkakaroon tayo ng human resource planning. So ito nga, future supply and demand of human resource, of the manpower po sa inyong organization. So what are the process po? So situational analysis and environmental scanning. So ito yung na-share ko po sa inyo. So dapat po yung strategic plan natin must adapt to the environmental circumstances. And yun po, yung primary mechanism po that an organization can use po during the adoption process. So for example po, yung rapid technological changes in the environmental po can force an organization to quickly identify yun pong mga quality of hire natin na empleyado. So it could be po less na, mas more on na tayo sa mga IT system generated. Yun na po yung mga trends ngayon. So yung mga sa BPO po natin, more on na sila sa databases po. So kailangan malaman natin what are happening externally po. So yun yung importante with the human resource planning. And then of course forecasting the demand for employees. So it is not po talaga how many but also what kind of employees will be needed. So as mentioned sa kanina, as mentioned dun sa example ko kanina, ang company A, bumili na siya ng more modernized pong equipment. So what kind of employees that the requirement po would have. So dati po at least kaya lang mabilis lang magdikit sa packaging. So ngayon, nang nire-require nila, ng demand ng empleyado, dapat marunong na po siya mag-preventive maintenance ng biniling equipment. So meron na po tayong job analysis na ginagawa. So yan, magpo-forecast tayo ng demand ng empleyados and then analyzing the current supply of the employee. So if may gap, papapasok po yung training and development. Forecasting HR supplies. So ito po sinishare ko with the group lagi. Kailangan po sa HR, meron po tayong isang file system po na ginagamit that naka-indicate po lahat po ng matrix ng empleyado natin. For us HR, to be able to see po kung kakailanganin natin, may promotability within the organization. So dun po simple lang an Excel file will do. So yung name lang po, department, what is his current skills, nakalagay po dun training that he or she had, and then po nakalagay din dun yung katulad po ng ginagawa natin, meron siyang educational advancement. So lahat po makikita natin within one glance if sino po and anong type of empleyado yung mga meron tayo sa isang organization. So meron po tayong tinatawag na HRIS. So it could be a system, it could be manual, if startup pa lang yung empleyado. So for example, magbukas yung higher position, you have a roster po of employees that at least isang tingin lang natin with our system, with our 201 file system, makikita natin if he or she is qualified. And kung may mga training gaps po, may mga konting skill gaps, pwede po natin agad ma-offer sa empleyado. So reconciling HR requirements and supply forecast. So yan, so assessment po ng performance of the present workforce, identification of possible discrepancies and imbalances compared with production targets. So identification of possible causes for such imbalances and deviations. So titingnan po natin if the HR requirements would fit po sa mga supply na kailangan natin, manpower supply. And then magawa po tayo ng action plan for development. So sa recruitment, maglagay po tayo ng mga plans for training and promotion din. Then of course, this situation po would help the HR practitioner po sa business setting, as a private setting po. So ang one example will be po yung mga nasa retail services. Sige, pangalanan na natin SM. Yan. Si SM would need po to hire additional employees during the holiday season. So very evident po yan. So with the proper HR planning process, mas madali pong mag-deploy ng empleyado. So sad to say, they are still doing mga contractual basis, project-based employee. So yun po, kapag wala po tayong proper HR resource planning, hindi po natin ma-identify agad or mabibigay yung demand of the business. So other than that, so kailangan din natin makita kung kailangan na nating mag-add ng employee. So for this specific season, we have to elevate po or dagdagan natin yung mga overtime, mga pwede din tayo mag-offer ng night shift. So yun po. So doon natin na-identify lahat. We will be discussing more of that po sa recruitment process natin and job analysis. Okay, so for the objective naman po of career development, so kapag meron tayong in-place career development system po sa ating HR or sa organization, so this will meet po the immediate and future HR needs of the organization on a timely basis. So as mentioned, kapag nangailangan yung company, nangailangan yung department, meron po tayong mabibigay na roster of qualified applicants or qualified personnel. So this is also to inform the organization and the individual about the potential career path within the organization. So one of the examples din po that I am doing po dito sa company is that magtatanong si empleyado, mostly po siya sa mga instructor natin regarding po din sa kanilang professional development or career path po within the organization. So kapag meron po kayong naka-translate or transparent po na policy regarding that, so mas na-motivate yung mga yung mga empleyado natin. Hindi nila iisipin na parang wala na to, dead end na to. wala na akong ini-aim, wala nang mas tataas pa or wala nang professional development. So yun, kapag meron po tayong in place, transparent, and then hindi lang po siya maganda sa papel, but it will be also ano po talaga in reality. Hindi siya promises lang. So ano po talaga siya na a-achieve natin sa. And then to utilize existing HR program to the fullest by integrating the activities that select, assign, develop, and manage individual careers with the organization plan. So yan po kapag meron tayong career development. So these career stages I will be sharing with you po, no, para at least this is for additional knowledge for you. And if meron po tayong mga anak, kapatid, so this is the theoretical basis po of the career stages. So for the growth stage, it's the period po from birth to age 14 when a person develop a self-concept by identifying and interacting with people such as family, friends, and teacher. So ito po yung adolescent stage natin. Diyan natin na-develop yung mga interest natin and abilities. So diyan na nag-iisip, I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, government official, politician. So dito po sa ages na to. And then for the exploration stage, this is roughly po from 15 years old to 25 years old. So during which a person seriously explores various occupational activities, alternatives, attempting to match this alternative with his or her interests and abilities. So dito rin po sa early 20s, so ito yung stage wherein nagja-jump yung isang individual into different field, into different work. Kasi nga naghahanap pa siya that what would fit him or her. And then for the establishment stage, this is roughly from ages 26 to 44. So baka most of us nandito. So it is the heart of most people's working lives. So during this period, it is hoped that alam na natin kung nasa tamang industry tayo, nasa tamang trabaho, naka-fit yung mga skills natin, alignment natin. So dito yon sa ages 26 to 44. So meron na tayong sense of dito na ako magre-retire, ito na talaga yung gusto kong industry. Dito talaga ako best fit in. So this also involves creating a meaningful and relevant role in the organization. So nagkakaroon na tayo ng self-awareness na we can do so much, we can extend our fullest potential with this industry. And then for the maintenance stage, so this is between ages. So medyo alarming kung 45 to 60 ka na, hindi mo pa alam kung saan ka nabibilong. So ito po yung ages 45 to 60 during which the person receives his or her place in the world of work, and most efforts are now directed na in maintaining to that place. If the employee has been in the same position for several years, then one must recognize the possibility of changing job requirements, lateral job movement, lessening of promotional opportunities, and even possible job loss or layoff. So as mentioned nga po, this is make it or break it. Kasi po, aminin natin sa Pilipinas, preferably 25 to 35 years old. 35 to 40 sa mga private sector. So, yon nagkakaroon na talaga ng age bracket po when it comes sa pagpapasok ka sa as a new employee in an organization. Not unless you're belong na po sa supervisory, managerial, and executive level. So for the fifth stage po with the decline or disengagement stage, so 60 and above, the period during which many people are faced with their prospect po of having accept reduced level of power and responsibility na. So ito na po yung mga pa-retirement na. So yan, yung mga pa-retirement stage, more on sa ano na po yan. Consultation, yan. Ito na sila. And then for the career development intervention and career stages, so these are the stages as mentioned earlier: establishment, advancement, maintenance, withdrawal. So career development needs. So kapag nandito po tayo sa mga stages na to, what are the career development that we need to have? So ayun po, nakalagay po. And the intervention. So para hindi naman po maging masyadong mahirap sa atin when it comes po with the reality of the job. So career development needs for establishment, nandiyan na po yung mga varied job activities, skills improvement, performance feedback, realistic job preview, job pathing, performance feedback, and coaching. So yan po, mga nakalagay na dyan. We will be discussing po lahat ng yan with the coming session. So what are the responsibilities of the manager, HR, the company, and the employee? So kayo po ito, mga managers, mga nagtaas ng kamay kanina. So provide a challenging job with your group, with your team. Pag sinabi ko pong challenging job, wala po tayong power tripping. Hindi po pagpapahirap. But then you push po your teammates to to achieve their fullest potentials, skills development, provide periodic job rotation and job pathing. So baka certain personnel would really have good communication skills, baka more on sa marketing side siya. So pathing po, minamatch natin yung skills ng empleyado with his or her current job. Provide opportunities for mentoring. So a great leader for our managers po would be should be a good mentor and a coach po with your teammates. For the HR manager, so sa manager po hindi lang dahil kayo ang boss, kayo lang ang masusunod. So ngayon, open discussion na with your it is really we are really encouraging our managers to have a healthy conversation with your teammates. So for the HR manager, you should provide information po or advice about training and development opportunities or provide specialized services such as yung mga registered psychometrician po natin, testing, and interest and skills, prepare po employees for job searches, and offer counseling on career-related problems. So, the HR manager po, with the help of the line managers and then the supervisor po, would at least po have an individual development plan with your employees, with your subordinates. Kailangan po lagi tayong may plano on how to develop, kung magaling siya, yung maintain yung skills niya to share her or his skills with others. So yun po, yung mga importante na binibigay natin with our employees. So may counseling, and then ito po, lagi kami sa HR, career-related problems. So ako po, I would always encourage people po to talk about their difficulties in their respective departments. So we will I will always take it confidential para at least nalalaman natin what are the issues related po sa each department. So common po yan with the with the private sector. I don't know po sa government, meron po ba kayong pwedeng kausapin kapag mga managers nyo nag-aaway na, nagkakaroon ng misunderstanding, yung mga tao within your group, iba-iba ng personality, iba-iba din ng way of working environment din, personal, may mga pinagdadaanan. So of course, the company, so this is more on the private company, so may ang main responsibility po ng ating mga company businesses, sa mga gusto mag-business dyan, mag-provide tayo ng career workshop, information on career and job opportunities. Ito mga guidelines po yan, workbooks, manuals, with the pertains to the job, and then of course to the business, career counseling, career pathing. So yan. Ano po, maliban po talaga sa mga binibigay natin with the employees. Yan yung mga ads-on. And then of course, the employee's role. So ito, ang importante po is take an initiative to ask for feedback from supervisors and peers regarding their strengths and weaknesses. So kapag po ang empleyado sarado yung utak, yung kanyang characteristic po hindi open with the with the feedback, meron po tayong problem. So it's very important that we have good communication, sa supervisor po yan, sa peer natin regarding your strength and weaknesses. Para at least na-assess din natin. Pag masyado tayong proclaim na wala na tayong kailangan baguhin, ayun, doon nagsa-start yung problem natin within your team. So identify their stage of career development and development needs. So hindi lang po dapat si managers and si HR ang mag-identify ng career development and development needs. So as a person, as a professional, so yun, tayo po talaga as an employee. Kayo po, anyone? Bakit po kayo nag-master's degree? 2, what's your objective? Kaya po kayo kumuha ng graduate studies. Anyone? For ano ba po ba ito? Promotion? Salary increase? Anong pinaka-main reason po natin why we pursue?
Para mag-mayor, ma'am.
For self-development, ma'am.
Yan, for self-development, professional development. So, yun yung mga magagandang sagot. So, hindi po ni-require ni company, ni industry, di ba? Hindi siya ni-require, hindi sinabi ni HR, hindi sinabi ni manager, but then you have your own career development and development. So, very good yung mga nagpo-pursue ng ganyan. Hindi lang dahil sinabi ni company or nire-require ni company. Gain exposure po to a range of learning opportunities. Hindi takot mag-lead ng big project. Assignment, administrative assignment, yung mga committee within your organization sa educational setting. Marami pong mga committees. So yan, so kapag very open ka to lead a certain program, kailangan dun mo po kasi malalaman if you're really you're really gaining sa mga experiences natin. Okay, so interacts with employees from different work groups inside and outside the company. So ito po itong ginagawa natin, yung kayo po nagmamasteral, you will be meeting a lot of people po, connections. Yan, para at least mga professional association, kami po sa HR, we have our educational side. So we have po yung mga organization na nag-o-offer po ng mga affiliation linkages po. So HR, ASHP, okay, and then Association of Marketing Education, ayan po yung mga ilan sa mga organization natin dito sa. So sino po dito sa inyo part? Yung mga organization. Kung it's either professional, personal. So it's really good po to have different work groups, linkages, kasi it would help you talaga. With pertains po dun sa inyong development, personal development. And then yung mga connections, ng mga Pilipino, mahilig sa connections. yan yung mga, kaya tayo sumasali din sa mga. Okay, so what are the benefits po of a career development system? Pag may career development system in an organization, so like other HR function, it is important for managers to evaluate the HR planning process on a regular and ongoing basis. An ideal HR planning process should enable an organization to always hire exactly the right number of people at exactly the right time. So as mentioned po kanina, it's very important po na meron tayong HR planning para hindi po tayo kinakapos sa manpower po natin, manpower and other services. Okay, so however, HR planning process can be assessed in terms of relatively accuracy and ability to provide right mix of human resources. So that is if the organization is usually able to hire the right kind of employees at around the right time they needed, and the organization seldom have a surprise or a shortage of qualified workers. Dahil nga meron na po kayo doon. So masishare ko po yan sa recruitment, onboarding, selection process natin. So nandun po lahat yan. And of course, kapag naka-onboard na-recruit na natin, paano natin masusustain, i-develop, i-appraise, i-engage, yung employee morale, so lahat po yan naka-embedded sa mga HR activities. On the other hand, if the organization is often, ito po, scrambling na to hire people on a short notice, so yun nga, mukhang we're hiring a wrong kind of people kasi nga baka hindi tayo nag-job analyze, skills requirements, technical requirements, personal, cultural, lahat na po, naka-embedded na doon sa, po natin, sa mga pag-uusapan natin for the next session. So, yan, that's it. Do you have any questions, comments, sharing with your, with your industry? So this is just an, introduction to human resource management. So as mentioned nga kanina, we will be discussing pa further dun sa mga pinakita ko kanina na sessions natin. Anyone would like to share before we end po our session for tonight? Mga nilook forward yung matakal natin with the next sessions. Para mapaghandaan ko po kung ano mga tanong nyo. Para, yes po, sir. Pabigay tayo.
Sige, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ano yung ma'am sa mga 4-day work week, yung mga flexi time? Effective ba siya?
Okay po. So, sa private sector po sa flexi time, it would always depend po sa nature ng business. So kami po, yung meron kaming mga empleyado na hindi po talaga nire-require na 8 to 5, flexi po. At least maging output-based tayo, sir. So ako, I have no problem with that. Basta, sir, dapat yung KPI nyo ay, talagang na-validate, aligned, yung key performance indicator. So meron pong mga cases na nandyan nga, nasa office nga ng 8 to 5 work, but the deliverables is not satisfying. Is not your supervisor or manager. So I think anyone can will agree on that. Nakaupo nga 8 to 5, sir, pero yung yung workload na yung ginagawa naman. So ako, sir, I'm okay with flexi time. Work from home arrangement if okay, mas okay sa organization. So yung mga BPO nga ngayon, sir, nag-shift na din sila. Yung iba nag-permanent work from home. Kasi kaya naman. So it depends po on the nature of the business. Other questions, sir?
Yung mga incentive, ma'am? Anong mga binibigay niyong incentive sa mga employees?
Nako, sir, yan. Pag-uusapan natin yan with the next sessions. So, I can speak with pahapiyawan ko lang ng konti, sir. I can speak lang with my organization. Ayun, so, di Magsaysay or the group of companies po kasi ng Magsaysay is very, very attracting naman yun. Yung mga benefits po sa amin aside from the health card, lahat ng dependents namin covered, no additional payment, for us, kahit po 10 ang anak, pwede namin i-enroll. And then we also have the group and life insurance. So anytime, wag naman sana may mangyari sa sa mga empleyados namin, their dependents would have something naman na covered naman sila ng insurance namin. And then we also have mga allowances. Yan, meron din po kami. So yun po, with your organization, sir, sa government, retirement plan, we also have. Yan. Leaves, 33 days leave within a year, convertible to cash if you want, mga ganun. Sa government po yata mas maganda. Tama po ba ako? Or pinapaano ko lang yung loob nyo na mas maganda? No, mas maganda po.
Maganda sana yan, ma'am, yung HMO kasi isa lang yung tertiary hospital namin, and then pag nasa Mindanao ka or other areas, hindi ka maka-avail agad ng hospital.
So ayun, sir. So tama-tama, nandito sa harap ko yung health card kong bago, sir. So ang dami. Usap yung tanong mo, sir. So ang daming hospital within the area. So ayun po na sana maano natin. At least ma-improve yung healthcare system service po sa government. So ayun po yung one of the benefits din kapag nagtrabaho ka din in a private sector. Usually nga po, sir, ang batayan na with pertains dun sa mga BPO industry, pagandahan po ng benefits na ino-offer. So yun na yung nagiging with the BPO dynamics po. Yes po, ma'am. Ma'am Noveline.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, tanong ko lang po, ma'am, being hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am, being a human resource, hello, ma'am.
Yes po, yes po.
Being a human resource person, ma'am, ano yung pinaka-difficult experience na naranasan mo dyan sa field na yan, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Napakadami. But for me po, ang pinakamahirap po is dealing with people's character. That's one of the most difficult for me to be at the middle of someone, yung mga employees po natin, having their differences. Kasi you have to be very transparent, you have to be very objective. So when it comes, kasi po kapag mga policy, nakasulat naman yan, guidelines. But when you're pertaining with one's characteristics, kasama yung lahat, upbringing, kung paano mo maayos, yun po, mga grievances within the organization. So I think lahat po ng HR would agree on that. The differences, yun lang yung pinakamahirap natin, nararanasan. Yun nga, managing people. Yun. Yes po, Sir Louis.
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am.
Yes po, good evening.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in your field as HR, ma'am, based from your experience, ma'am, how can you select an employee, ma'am, in your company, ma'am? Because when prior, ma'am, entering the service, ma'am, I work as a call center, ma'am, and I just don't know, ma'am, how they select, ma'am, an applicant for an employee for that company, ma'am. I'm just curious about that, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, Sir Louis. We will be discussing the process next session, yung human resources recruitment selection process natin. But with our field, sir, this is an educational setting. So we have set po ng qualifications for each employee. So it will be on the non-teaching, teaching. So may mga required trainings. So for the sir, for the requirements, very objective dapat. So yun po. Depende po yun sa position, sir, na ina-applyan. But then again, the most important po is dumaan sa processor. So the process, pahapyawan ko lang ng konti, would be the interview. Kung teachers po natin, magkakaroon ng demo teaching, panel interview with the department heads. And then po, sa part ko po as sa HR, skills po and then technical qualifications. And then we will be deciding po on a panel discussion.
Follow-up question, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Most of the company right nowadays, ma'am, are looking for who have experiences, like mostly 2 years experiences, ma'am, from their current past job. How about, ma'am, for those novice, ma'am, or newly graduate, ma'am, who
Yes.
have potential, ma'am, like mga magna cum laude, however, they don't have any experience
Mm-mm.
regarding that, ma'am.
So, yun nga yung share ko din sa group. Ako kasi sa HR, if the position is for entry level, so ano talaga ako, advocate ako dyan sa mga fresh grad natin. Give them chance, give them a chance kasi paano nga naman sila yung employability if ever na hindi natin hindi natin sila i-consider. So ang importante po in place po if the position would only require entry level position, it's preferably lang naman to have like 1 to 2 years experience. But if this will be required for a certain position, we cannot do something about it. Pero kapag naman entry level, we are considering naman. And then syempre dun sa magbe-base tayo with the resume muna of the newly grad, and then throughout the conversation, the interview, makita mo naman sa skills assessment. And then ako nga minsan mas gusto ko pa yung fresh grad, mas innovative, fresh yung ideas, mas madaling sumunod. in reality, so yun yung mga natin, positive traits naman. So eager to learn, lalo na kapag gustong-gusto talaga yung field nyo. So yun. So nag-give talaga sana yung mga HR practitioner din natin with the other would always give the fresh grad a good start. Madami kami dito fresh grad, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sir Louie. Yes po, Sir Jay.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, I just want to solicit your opinion regarding although sa HR, private sector, healthy po yung mga union, labor union. So, I just want to solicit your opinion, lalo na sa mga uniformed personnel, kung healthy din ba yun?
So sa amin, sir, dito sa organization namin, we do not have mga union dito sa amin. Kasi nga po, sir, meron kaming open door policy with the manager, top executive, our president. You can always knock on his door if you need him. Ganun ka ganda yung dynamics. Kasi kaya lang naman, sir, na nagkakaroon ng mga union kasi feeling ng mga empleyado, they are not heard. Their concerns are not processed. Gusto nila may nakasulat na batas for them para at least yun yung sinusundan ng management. So if you have your healthy relationship with your employees, so yun, ako, sir, dalawa kasi yun, sir, minsan maganda rin to hear the magiging bias na ako kasi nasa HR ako to hear the employees concerned, but then again po, it would also it will also affect din po yung yung business natin kapag meron tayong mga union, lalo na kapag they will opt to sabotage your services, your day-to-day work. So yun, hindi rin siya maganda sa side ng management.
Hindi ba nasa batas yun or
depende po sa sir, depende po sa company kung may mag-union kasi po to, sir, ay inaano po sa DOLE. Nire-register po natin. So kung wala naman pong union within your organization, that's one sign po na you have your healthy management and employee relationship.
Yeah,
kasi,
minsan kailangan din marinig yung bawat sa sektor, like for example sa mga workers, may mga opinion tsaka may mga magandang recommendation din sila lalo na sa round table discussion ng
What you can do, sir, I would advise na you will have your committee. Sa amin, sir, we have our academic committee, our grievance committee. So para maiwasan natin yung magkaroon tayo ng mga yun. Pero maganda rin yun, sir, that would help din naman. Hindi lang naman siya negative. Kaya lang, sir, mas madali kasi siya with kapag yung mga practices is hindi mabigay talaga. Yun nga, kailangan mag-adhere ng company na minsan makaka-apekto din talaga with the organization. Pero sa mga positive feedback, so kung may maganda kayong mga na formulate na committees, nagawang committee sa inyo, that would also that will also help the company. So hindi na natin kailangan papunta doon sa mga union. Yun, sir. Siya, may mga pros and cons din po talaga. Pero kung magaling naman, sir, yung napili yung president, yun, okay naman yun, sir. That would understand din the management side. Hindi lang puro sa employees. Yes, sir, Don. Did I answer your query, sir? So, mapag-uusapan natin yan sa mga susunod, sir. Labor relations. Yes, sir, Don.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening po.
Yes, sir. Good evening po.
Ma'am, kwan lang. Kasi meron ako mga kaibigan na nasa private company. Alam naman ma'am natin na parang profit-oriented ang
yes.
private company.
Opo.
Is it?
Matching model pa, sir. Yung matching model pa.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Talaga po bang parang strategy ng mga private company na halimbawa magaling naman yung tao or kahit matagal na siya, hindi siya ipopromote hanggat sa hindi siya magre-resign, then ika-counter offer, parang mga ganun. Is it parang nasa strategy ba talaga ng
Naku, sir, that would depend, sir, sa business sir, strategy. Pero as a human resource, medyo masakit on our part that you will let your employees suffer naman ng gano'n. Walang promotability, walang ladder, career pathing. Kaya
Yes, ma'am.
kami, sir, nandito to ensure that we will be seeing po yung gap ng employee at saka management. So kapag gano'n naman, sir, yun nga yung mga nasabi mo ng mga colleagues mo, nakakaisip talaga yung mga yan, sir, mag-resign.
Yes,
At
kasi
raising rate would be very high.
kapag magre-resign sila, then ika-counter offer, double
Yun nga, sir,
offer, mga ganun. Or sometimes. So yun lang, ma'am.
Nakakalungkot yun, sir. Nakakalungkot sa part ng ng SNH. Kung sana meron silang in place, no? Human resource policies in promotion, giving out incentives and rewards. Kasi pag meron, it would be automatic, sir. Kapag ka na-hit mo yung target mo, so 110%, may
Actually, ma'am, na-observe ko naman yun sa incentives kapag ka na-hit nila yung project or yung project nila, malalaki yung incentive. Pero kung i-compute mo yung incentives compare sa increase kapag na-promote ka, syempre, ibang usapan yung monthly sa incentives lang once a year or mga ganun, ma'am. Kaya
kasama kasi yan, sir, sa risk appetite ni company. Kung hanggang saan yung budgetary din, sir, capabilities ng company. And then meron din company, sad to say, yung may mga malpractices, hindi rin nabibigay yung tama sa mga empleyado. So yun nga po, kapag ganun, your employees will not be engaged, will not be productive. So yung mga cons din, sir, kapag yung company wala talagang binibigay na development, lalo na, sir, yung promotability. Pag-uusapan natin yan, sir, sa recruitment. Talagang the internal and external factors kapag nag-hire ka ng, ayun nga, sasabihin nila mag-resign, and then yung papalit, tas yung mga natira would have the feeling na sa iba pa naghanap, walang na-promote sa within our group. So mga ganun, sir. Yun nga, kaya nasabi ko kanina, yung character yung pinakamahirap din talaga. So, i-manage when it comes to human resources. So, ayun, sir.
yes, ma'am. Thank you po. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you din, sir, Don. Other questions po, sharing? Sino yung mga nag-raise ng kamay po kanina? So yan, marami pa po tayong madi-discuss more of the the problems. Actually, mas marami yung problems eh. Ang nadi-discuss natin kasi nga po yon, yung mga curious din po with the katulad po sa inyo, curious with how private sectors work. Talagang works po in an organization kasi po sa inyo very structured na po, no? So the process is is proven matagal na. Unlike meron mga sharings with the LGU, other sector, government sector, medyo magulo pa po yata. I will not be disclosing yung mga yung pero yun po, at least with your with your industry, with your agency. Okay po yung natin, yung personal development. First. Yes, sir, Don?
Ma'am, additional lang. Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
in private sector, ma'am, paano nag-impose ng halimbawa penalty or penalty yung sa top, yung nasa upper level ng leadership?
Opo. We will be din sir or sa employee relation, but basically sir it will depends po on your manual, employees manual. So lahat po dapat nakasulat para hindi po tayo ma-accuse for treatment po sa ating mga empleyado. So dapat po SOP po yan with the businesses, yung mga gustong magtayo ng company. At least you have your manual, employees manual. So yun po. Nakalagay po doon lahat ng mga sanctions, lahat po ng mga possible violations, policy and guidelines. So kapag wala pong employees manual, ayun sir, so mahirap po tayong mag-discipline ng mga empleyado natin. So yun sir, kailangan nakasulat, pirmado, until sa top management. Yun po.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Other, po? Very interesting po, no? So, tatakal natin yan. Yes po, Sir Ed.
Ma'am, good evening.
Good evening
How's
po,
my
sir.
audio, ma'am? Ma'am,
Opo, sir.
mag-solicit lang ako ng advice mo. Since kami kasi sa organization namin, we always come and go. So, usually, yung transfer of knowledge sa isang trabaho, minsan hindi masyadong natutok. Magkakaroon ng konting, hindi seamless yung transfer ng knowledge. So, ano pong advice niyo para knowledge transfer po, ma'am, para ma-improve po namin yung system namin?
Ayun, sir. Good question, sir, no? Kung hindi po masyadong nabibigyan ng pansin, sir, when it comes to person, sir, no? Yung transfer of knowledge.
Yes.
I suggest, sir, you have your quality management system manual. Para nandun sa process flow, lahat po ng proseso nyo, sir, isulat nyo doon. And then, sir, kapag nawawala po yung tao, hindi niya dala na rin lahat ng proseso, sir. So that's the thing that I can advise you po. Kung ano po yung ginagawa niyo sa department niyo, isulat niyo siya. Type lang, sir. So yung work niya sa nagsa-start, sa nag-e-end, manual ito, sir. So kapag meron kayong bagong empleyado, you can just give the new employee your quality management system manual. And then from time to time you can revise if not applicable na. So hindi na siya sa person-based process. Yung transfer of knowledge natin, it will not depend na sa person. It will depend na dun, sir, sa quality system. I can show you one of our sample here. So kapag pinawawala na empleyado, we could still have po yung procedure namin within part. Madali lang siya, sir, gawin. Very basic lang, sir, from start to end ng process. Yan siya, sir. Yes, sir. Did I answer your question po, sir? Ed?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Louie.
Ma'am, good evening ulit, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am,
Good
sa field po ba ng CHR, ma'am, ang qualified lang po ER psychologist graduate, ma'am?
Hindi naman necessary, sir. Yung iba nga, sir, mga nurses, nagiging HR practitioner. Marami, sir, dynamics. As long as, sir, you have your experience na, sir, sa human resources. Ano naman siya, sir? Depende naman sa company. Kung sir, kung open naman sila in any related field. Sir, management, operational management. Pero, sir, preferably nila means, madalas, would have at least bachelor's degree po in human resources, psychology, kasi nga mga human behavior, yung baccalaureate sa study of human behavior. So medyo may edge po.
Ma'am, follow-up question po again.
Yes po, sir.
Kasi ma'am, yung sa Manila Naval Hospital, ma'am, may psychologist, may psychometrician, ma'am. Anong difference nun, ma'am?
Okay, so for the psychiatrist po and psychologist, basically the psychiatrist po,
No, ma'am.
po.
Ma'am,
Yes,
I'm sorry. Psychologist po at saka psychometrician, ma'am. Psychologist, psychometrician.
The psychometrician, sir, ang license niya po, sir, is magbigay ng examination, but he cannot interpret po. Nagbibigay siya, sir, license in administrating examination. Kapag psychologist ka, sir, psychiatrist ka, you can prescribe mga gamot na, sir. Yun yung sir, difference. And parang sir, kasi as a psychologist, medical medical expert na. Ayun, sir. For the registered
Thank you, ma'am.
psychometrician, sir, 4 years ng psychology, pwede na siya mag-take ng licensure examination. Ang mga RPM na. Yeah. So, Sir Ed, thank you, Sir Louie po. So, that's the difference po. Nung
Ma'am,
natin.
thank you, ma'am.
Sir. So, yes, Sir Ed. Pwede, sir, bigyan kita, sir, ng ng sample. Sample guide po dun sa natin, sa process manual natin. Para hindi kayo masyadong magkaroon ng difficulties sa transfer of knowledge. Anyone po from the group? Thank you po for your questions. Area for discussions. Okay.